Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Connect with Lynette. Today I would like to just go through the process with you on how to evaluate your decision and choose the best decision from a pool of ideas or many options that you have. And well, in life we all have to go through a process where we have to either go left or right. We have to decide what we need to get done, which usually eventually impacts on our lives and our future. And so I remember in the year 2017 when I had to decide either to return back to Nigeria or stay back in South Africa to continue my postgraduate studies. And one of the reasons why I chose the former was because I felt like I needed to have something that I will always look back on as a life of impact. And looking back now in 2024, I see the need. I was going through the pictures of some of the projects that we had done as a foundation, and just thanking God that I made that decision and I still have an opportunity to proceed with whatever goals I have. But then, a great impact has been made, and that foundation will always be there. So one of the things that is very, very vital in evaluating your decision is to look within you and understand what is the impact and what are the consequences of this decision. And when you can sit down with yourself and evaluate these things, you are able to come to terms with why you are making that decision. And along the way, even if there are stumbling blocks or if people challenge you, you have the confidence and the courage to hold on to whatever decision that you have decided to make. And second of all, how do you make the right decision? How do you choose the best decision for yourself? So it's something that we learned in economics. It's about opportunity cost of choosing one need over another, and there's a scale of preference. So you have this list of what you need to get done or options that you have before you can make a decision. So why not put them on an hierarchy and then give yourself reasons why one is better than the other, and eventually come to terms with the best out of the alternatives. So if, for example, you had to choose between jollof rice, white rice and fried rice, you need to understand, okay, why am I eating fried rice as opposed to white rice? What benefit does it have? What nutritional value is it adding to me? Or what is even my interest or my taste? And it's important for us as individuals, especially when making very important decisions, lifelong decisions that don't only affect us but also affect our families, our people around, our friends, or our generation. We need to sincerely ask ourselves the question of why am I making this decision, and what will be the impact, and why is this the best option out of a whole lot of other options. The third most important factor to be considered in making the right decision is to you just speak to people that you consider to be your mentors or advisors or elders who you think would kind of give you some form of insight and guidance and wisdom to aid your decision making process. And in the midst of counsel there is safety, and so it's important for you, before you take a critical decision, for example a marital decision or decision about the next location you need to move to, or the next job you need to take, or maybe the next course you need to take, you need to really sit down to speak to counselors, or maybe if you're Christian, your pastor, or if you need to go to a therapist or whatever, speak to these counselors to guide you and to really open your eyes to see the impact of the decisions that you want to take. And they also get to ask you critical questions that help you evaluate your reasons. So I remember when I was going to get married, one of the people that sat me down to question my motive helped me understand that you're going into this, and when you go into this, there's no looking back. So are there things that you feel will eventually cause issues, and what are you doing to deal with those issues now before you go down the aisle? Because the moment you sign those papers, it's going to take another process before you can just walk out, because now the children, if you get married and you have a baby, the children get involved, and you don't want to cause psychological damage. So be sure that this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. This is the person that you're going to go through every process and every issue and every challenge and every drama of life with, and be sure of your why, your motive, right? So in generally making a decision, always ask what your motive is. Why am I going to stay in Lagos instead of going to Abuja? Why am I taking a job at a startup instead of working at a multinational? Why am I choosing this person as my friend instead of choosing this other group? So always question motive. And finally, for today's time and connect with Lynette's episode is to truly pray. I would always emphasize the importance of prayer and fellowship with God, and God is the ultimate creator of the universe. It's the owner of everything, and God in his infinite mercies will always guide and direct. And the Bible says, I will show you the way to go and I will order your steps, right? So God, if you sincerely seek, you will find, and if you sincerely ask, he will definitely give unto you answers and direction and insights to why or why not, right? And so for me, most of my decisions I make from a place of insight into what will happen or what will be, because as a spiritual person, God will tell me, show me scriptures, show me a dream or a vision or whatever, or even speak to somebody else to tell me, right? And one of the funny things that happened to me is there was someone I never knew who I had been praying for answers for something, and God kind of just told the person. I wasn't even there when the person mentioned it to someone close to me, and I was like, wow, this was the answer. And even sometimes you could be watching TV and God gives you the answer to what you are seeking answers to. But in the place of trusting God and having faith, he is able to guide you through every phase of life. And overall, do not be afraid to take a decision. Even if you make an error, know that a path will come to kind of redirect you, because ultimately we're all writing the story of our lives, and whatever step we'll take at the end of the day, it still comes to an expected end. So don't be afraid, don't be dismayed, just keep focused and keep pursuing your dream and your goals, and ultimately believe that everything will work together for your good. So I hope today's episode would really aid you in your decision making process. And if you have any questions, please drop in the comment box, and then if there's any other thing that needs to be discussed, of course, stay tuned, subscribe, like, share and comment. And I'm so happy that you connected with me today. Ciao.